Hi there, this is Mikey from Lost Treasure Designs, and today we're going to be putting together this little folio journal insert. Just going to give you kind of a overview of what it looks like. It's got these little pockets on both sides. And this is a pocket here. Maybe. And then you got pockets there, kinds of envelope. More pockets, and a side pocket here. Okay, so that's pretty much just an overview of what this little mini project looks like. So let's put it together. Alright, so I've gone ahead and printed out all the pages. I've cut them, scored them. Everything has a score line for you to score, and then I've also inked them. So I'm going to set all these pieces off to the side. And we're going to start with building the bones of the folio. I've tried to put as much directions on these as I could to help you out, but we do want to have you watch this tutorial so you can get a better idea of how to put it together. Okay, so this is page 1. This is page 1. This is page 2. This is going to attach to page 2. I've got this upside down. If you have everything where the labels are reading the correct way, that should help you as well. I'm going to go ahead and add some tape along this and some glue and attach these two together. You can just use glue. I've been using tape lately because it it helps to hold it really quickly, and then the glue helps it to last a little longer. I'm just going to attach this on the right next to that fold line on the opposite side of the fold line. Like that. Okay, so then we have this piece here. And it also says attached to page 2, which is this here. So I'm going to flip this over this way, and it's going to attach up here at the top of this, and then it will flap down. if you could see, I was just using the score lines, these fold lines here, to help navigate where this needs to go, and then I attached it just below that score line up there so that it can actually fold over into the folio. Okay, so that is our bones. Now we're going to start assembling the other parts. I'm going to flip this back over. And we've got some different panels. This is attached flap panel here. This is your flap panel, so that will go there. This one, you can tell where this is going to go because it's got the curved edge. So it's another panel that's going to go here. And then you have your front panel, which is this one, and then your back panel, which is this one. And because I want to tie a ribbon going through it, I'm going to, you can see how that ribbon goes around the whole thing. I'm not going to worry about putting the ribbon down for this one because I don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this panel because it will not be in our way. So now that that one's done, I'm just going to fold it back behind so that it's out of my way. I've got a nice piece of ribbon here. This is about 2 feet in length. And let me see. About down. Okay. What I'm doing is I'm just going to fold this. I forgot to do a score line. There is 2 scores here, one here and one there. So let me get my other score line done so that I can actually fold this properly. When you have a narrower, like where the score lines are really close together, I think it helps to have something to go behind it to help keep the other line folded while you fold this one in. Okay, now I can fold that in. The reason why I wanted to fold that down is because I want to be able to tie this ribbon here. So I want to just kind of eyeball where I'm going to have this. Go so that I have an even amount here. So while I have this underneath here, I'm just going to pull this back. I'm going to put down some glue. There. I went with kind of a thicker ribbon, or like wider. It's actually not like really thick as fabric wise, so that it doesn't, it can tie a little better. So now I've got my front panel, front flap panel. You could do other closures for this if you want. Ribbons are always just simple and they look really nice. Kind of help add a fabric element to it. Okay. So now that I have that one done, I know where this is going to be placed on the rest of these. So I'm going to open this back up. Open it wide. I don't have to worry about attaching it to here. I can actually put this panel down because you're not going to need it here. We'll put this here. It does go in front of it to tie, so so now that that's down, I'm going to go ahead and bring this over. Put some glue. And grab this panel. This is the back panel, or what you choose for the back panel. And you want to make sure that this flap is done first, so that when you attach it, it covers up that seam. Okay, now that is done. Pulls down this way, and then you can tie it. Another thing I like to do sometimes is, in fact, I think I'll do it on this one. I didn't do it on the sample one that I showed you, but I'm going to add a little brad right here. You'll notice when it closes, like it's kind of loose over on this side. I think it ties a little bit better when there's something here to help hold these two pieces together. So I'm just going to kind of see whereabouts I want it, which is like right on these holly berries. I'm going to open this up. This is just a piece of foam that I saved from a package, and I need a poker. Just gonna poke a hole. And then I'm just going to grab a brad. I'm gonna use a smaller brad. This is like a mini brad. This isn't just in comparison, so you can see what I'm using. This is a normal size brad. That's like a little bit smaller. So I'm just gonna flip this over, pull that off, and then I can open these little legs up. We'll see when we go to lay out the pockets on the back if this gets covered. If not, I will need to put a piece of paper there to cover it, then put the pocket down. We'll see once we get to that point. So now that we have the back all done, the closure's ready, I'm going to move to this top flap up here, this pocket. Oh, we can add this in real quick. This is our back front flap panel. If you want to turn this into a little hidden pocket, you just have to add glue to one side, put it down, and then you can have this as your pocket. I'm just going to go ahead and glue the whole thing down. But sometimes it's fun to put little hidden pockets here and there. Especially with something like this, you could give as a Christmas card, and you could maybe hide cash here and there, make it kind of fun to find stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to focus on this, and here we've got a couple panels. So this is going to be our outside panel, which will be here. I'm not going to worry about putting that down quite yet. What I want to do is I'm going to put this inner panel down. Everything else is going to build on top of it. I don't want to put this down quite yet because I want to put the doors. You need to find the doors. Should have been a little more organized with everything. I just sort of cut everything and tossed it in a bag and didn't save the pieces that I actually needed to use. Okay, so I'm just pulling these pieces out. Okay. Okay, you should have 4 of these little side mini pockets that we will use. Then you'll have 2 of the doors. Okay, and they have these little things up here. And it says attach a top flap. On here I wrote attach top flap, door flaps to each side, then the top flap panel, then the top flap panel pockets. So to kind of give you some steps, first we're going to attach these, then we're going to attach this, and that will help to cover those flaps, the folds there. Then we can attach our little side pockets. And when I did this one, I made it like a little door so that we could, when we opened it, so there's like these little handles here that open up. So I'm going to do that and show you how to do those. Put that down. So let's first attach these here. If you want to use tape, you are welcome to use tape. I'm just going to use glue. I'm just putting this here because I can put these in as far as I want them to go, as long as they can close. So this might be a good way to use glue instead of tape. I just want to make sure that these are going to be able to close. Move them over. The tape is not, the glue is nice because I can move it for a limited amount of time before it sticks down. And those will do good. Okay, so I'm putting those down. Now I can attach this to cover those seams. And then, oh my goodness, I forgot to score these. So I'm going to show you how to do a scoring thing when you forget to score something. You'll see the line here where the door is. We want to fold that back. Because I didn't score them, I'm just going to have to fold, which will be just as effective. Scoring just kind of helps you know where the fold is going to go, but you can kind of see where that's at. Okay, so that got folded down. Do the same thing here. I'm actually going to fold it in this time. So then we have our little door. You could leave it as is. I'm going to put little brads here. So the kit comes with some little buttons that you could use here, which I did in the example that you saw. Or you can use just brads, and it would kind of accent that door handle. So again, I'm going to grab these two little brads and open this up and grab my piece of foam. And I'm just going to use this door handle here. I'm going not right on the door handle. I'm going to go just to the right of it on this one. And then on this door, I'm going to go to the left of it. Put this through. And then before I fold this in, I normally have a little piece of, I'm just going to grab, this is just a scrap piece of, having a moment, a scrap piece of chipboard. It's just maybe about an 1/8 of an inch thick, even smaller, I think. I'm just going to put this in between the paper and the side of the brad, just to give me a little bit of a gap, so that when I open these little legs up of the brad, I can push it all the way open, but then it's not, I didn't really do it. I want to be able to leave a small gap between the paper and the brad, because I want to be able to wrap the piece of ribbon around there. So you can kind of see, I don't know if you can tell how there's a tiny gap between that. So grab that other brad. Obviously, it would be better if I had a smaller piece. So now I have these pockets that are going to go like this. You can have them on either side, but because I put this brad, I'm going to use one of these pockets to cover up that right there. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab, see if I got a piece of scrap. got glue on my finger and I don't want glue inside the tape. Okay, so I'm just going to rip off a piece of tape. Sometimes normally I use just little like tiny labels to cover these, but I can't figure out where I place them. So this is going to be the next best thing. So I'm just covering that with a piece of tape. That'll help when you're actually using the pocket, that it doesn't snag on your stuff. This brad didn't quite open up the way I wanted it to, so I put the piece of tape down and then I just pushed it down with a little tool to kind of get it to go down a little bit better. Okay, so to add these, we're just going to move this one over. Let's see. We want one here. We want one here. And then I'm going to use these ones straight, and then wherever my other one went. Wow, I am doing good today. There's my other piece. Okay. So, just like a hidden pocket or any, flat pocket, I'm just going to go around 3 of the edges and not 4. Put that down. That'll help hide the back of the brad and also still be able to give us a little pocket. Okay, so now I'm going to add these ones. And one more. Oh, wonder if I can pull this off. I put it in the wrong spot. I want the flat one on that so that when I close it, it close flat. This one I have curved for the curve here. Thankfully it didn't dry, so I could have done that. Okay, so that is done. We have, of course, when I put it down, I didn't. There we go. Then those will close. That we'll tie a little ribbon around that. First, I'm going to put a little pocket right there. So, I'm going to find, this is the pocket that will go in the center here. You just kind of go around the side and bottom edges. What? No, go get your Kindle. Alright, so that's done. Now we can add this panel here. If you want, you can make this a little pocket. Might be a good place to put a gift card. I'm just going to go ahead and put it all the way down. so this is down and this is done. I will grab some string for this in just a minute. Right now I'm going to pull this up and we're going to work on this center panel here. The kit comes with lots of different cards and stuff that you could use as a pocket here. I've got these two here that I'm going to use. This for a pocket and this for a little mini pocket. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these down. You'll notice that I printed everything on the back of the designer paper. That is totally optional. I like to do that because when I print the tags and stuff all on the same paper, then they have the color on the back. If I don't do that, you can always use like some ink or something just to color the back of so that it's not so stark white. Just makes it look a little more finished. So I'm just kind of centering that, eyeballing it. All right. Ooh, put a lot of glue on that one. Okay, so center's done. I'm gonna move over to this. We're going to put some pockets, and these are pockets with some flaps on them. Just make sure that when you push this down that your sides are in first, then you can fold that up. That way when you tuck things down, your bottom piece won't get in the way. And that is not, I mean, it's going to cover it, but it's not going to cover the little prongs. So I'm again just going to grab a piece of tape and I'm just going to put it over that. You could glue down a piece of scrap paper. You could put a label. This just helps it so that when you're tucking something in, it doesn't get caught. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bottom and work up so that I can try to evenly place them. I am just using my, try to eyeball it between this fold and this first fold. You could always put these a lot closer together so you have more room to put stuff in this pocket, since this makes it a very narrow pocket. But I like to have the gap in between because I think it looks nicer. Okay, last thing is adding this panel piece right here. We're just going to go around the edge. So that is pretty much done. The kit comes with some envelopes that you'll cut, fold the folds in, pull this up. Just add a little bit of glue here. There's one envelope, and then there is one more. This one, just fold the tabs in. A little bit of glue. Don't take the glue all the way up, because these only go up about halfway. And that'll give you another envelope. You could put gift card, money, little note, something. Okay, the last step is to just take the rest of the fun tags and stuff that come with the kit, fill her up. Oh, one last thing to do is just to tie a string around our door handle. Alright, this is just some string that I found in my loose threads bin, and I am just going to tie it around and just tie a little bow. Or you could, you know what, I'm not going to tie a bow. I'm going to tie on one side of these. That way I don't lose this when I untie it. Okay, so then I've just tied around it, and I can loop around it like this. Sort of. Maybe this is not the right kind of string, it's very puffy. Okay, so that'll close up there once you get it all filled up. And there we have that. Alright, so I've gone ahead and filled it up. Now it's done. There's all the pockets in there. Got our door. It's a cute little gift. Have fun.